loved to remember. Emma had always loved the charm of their small town. The cobblestone streets, the quaint cafés, and the way everyone knew each other made it feel like home. But it wasn't until she met Daniel that she truly understood what love felt like. Daniel had moved to town a year ago, opening a small bookstore on Main Street. He was different from anyone Emma had ever met, quiet but passionate, with a love for old books and warm coffee. She first saw him when she stopped by the store one rainy afternoon, looking for a new novel to read. The bookstore smelled of paper and cinnamon, and Daniel sat behind the counter, engrossed in a book. When he looked up and met her gaze, she felt an unexplainable warmth spread through her. "Can I help you find something?" he asked, his voice gentle. "I'm looking for something magical," she replied with a small smile. Daniel's eyes lit up. "I think I have just the thing." He walked over to a shelf and pulled out a worn copy of Pride and Prejudice. "An old classic," Emma said, running her fingers over the cover. "Some stories never fade," Daniel said. From that day on, Emma found herself visiting the bookstore more often. At first, she told herself it was for the books, but soon she realized it was for the way Daniel looked at her when she walked in, the way he remembered her favorite authors, and the way their conversations never seemed to end. One evening, as the town prepared for its annual winter festival, Emma and Daniel found themselves walking through the snow-covered streets. Twinkling lights adorned every storefront, and the air was filled with the scent of roasted chestnuts and cinnamon. "You know," Daniel said, tucking his hands into his coat, "I moved here thinking it would just be a quiet place to start over. I never expected to find someone like you." Emma looked up at him, her heart pounding. "And what exactly am I?" Daniel stopped walking and turned to her. Snowflakes clung to her hair, and in the glow of the streetlights, she looked like something out of a dream. "You're the reason this town feels like home," he whispered. For a moment, the world around them seemed to disappear. Then, without thinking, Emma closed the distance between them and kissed him. The warmth of his lips, the way he pulled her closer, it was like every love story she had ever read, but so much better because it was real. As they pulled apart, Daniel chuckled. "That was definitely magical." Emma smiled, knowing that some stories, just like love, were meant to last forever.